this going now. Holler if you hear me. We had a little bit of a connection problem. I don't think it was really a connection problem. I think it was just they saw the people out there saw the thumbnail I was doing of what I'm going to be drawing tonight. My one of my freaks out here that I'm drawing, Bettie Page, of course, in a little bit of a Santa themed outfit, came in, and of course, the same people that are all right with footage of explosions all over the world, or of Vic Morrow and those little kids getting beheaded and crushed under the helicopter on the set of the Twilight Zone movie's fine, but Bettie Page, a close-up of Bettie Page in a Santa hat smiling with the nudity cropped out, apparently is just getting a little too much for their own good. So let's see if all my ladies come back in. Yes. Are we live? Yes, Nick, we're live. What happened to the last stream? Well, they said right here above the screen that your connection is unstable, but really, I don't think that. I think it was a matter of simply Puritanism on account of where we're streaming from, because even if it's just a little Bettie Page in a Santa hat winking at you is too much. It's too much for the world to see. Well, then in that case, I'll definitely going to be starting off tonight by giving a little preview of what it is I was drawing earlier when I was uploaded today. Of course, being a recreation of a little Playboy cover right here. One of the few examples of a Girls of the Big Ten issue. And why it's got this weird folder like this is because it was a fold-out ad for Bacardi. Just Playboy, just add Bacardi. And then you see here we've got College Blowout issue, October 97, Girls of the Big Ten, 100 Best College Bars, Kiss and Tell Co-eds, the Pigskin Preview, which Playboy used to do annually, as well as Students, Profs, and Sex. And if you want to see what it is I took from here to go over to here, I'll show it off by drawing out what I did in the sketchbook here, which of course Nick was so kind enough to has donated through my online store, through my Square store, in order to get this ahead of time. And what I got was this one here, if you see. I'll do a little bit of a side-by-side for all my freaks out there watching to see what I'm doing in the stream. And it's this. Yes, we got this lady going here. Who she is, I don't know, which Playmate specifically by name, because these ladies you'd see on these covers, if they weren't celebrities back then, that meant that they were either a past or upcoming Playmate who was going to be that you would see. And like another one I've got was the Girls of the Big 12 I did, where that was an issue that was had a cover that featured a previous in the year centerfold. So, of course, they brought it back for another cover. That's something I've done with plenty of covers there. And we've got people coming back in. Let's hope just when I finally was able to get Vicky to show up for a stream this week, the connection, of course, gets cut off because those little bastards, those little puritanical bastards are a little bit too afraid to see me with my freaks drawing with my peaks. They see these ladies here. They see them looking fine, liking to show it off. And it's Burr and them wanting to show off what they got and what they want to flaunt. They look at that and they see it as a problem. Those little Puritan bastards over there want to try and censor what I'm doing. Well, I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to keep doing. And I don't care what it is those little bastards are going to try and do, because you could go in there and you can see what it is I'm trying to do and try to stop it, but you ain't never going to stop it. It doesn't matter how much you suck, I rule. And if you agree with me, then holler if you hear me. Because ain't they looking fine? Ain't they looking pretty? And who exactly this is supposed to be is another one of April O'Neil, as in the Megan Fox version of April from the Michael Bay Turtles movies, here in her little schoolgirl outfit with a nice little upskirt right there. Isn't that looking nice? I say it's looking nice, looking very, very nice and very, very fine. So, on both accounts, both these ladies looking very, very sweet. And on top of that, we've got a little bit further of what I'm going to do with the Warrior Christmas special I promised. Well, we finally got her back. Vicky, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. We've got a purr from her, and we've got meows from Relentless and Mildred. So I wonder if that means Vicky's now a part of the Fabulous Feline faction here in my stream. Of all my ladies that are here in my streams, all my freaks out there in the stream that love to see me draw my little freaks up here during the streams. Let's see. Let's see if Christopher can come in and say hello and introduce himself to see whether or not he will appoint Vicky as now the third member of the fabulous felines. And now, since we've got three, since Vicky's the third lady, we've got the outsiders of Mildred and Relentless. So that means Vicky has introduced herself as the third one, as the third lady there. So now it's the feline world order. It can't just be anything. It's got to be it can't just be like that. It's got to be Hulk Hogan introducing himself as the third man as the beginning of the new world order. So yes, we've got the FWO, the feline world order here. Yes, Vicky. Merry Christmas to you too, Vicky. Because this starts a feline world order, brother. They've seen these guys, and they are the future of wrestling. These little ladies right here, they're going to crawl and scratch all over the place, and they're going to be taking over WCW, dude. Yeah. I got more people coming in. I want to know what they think of these ladies I got here. Introduce yourselves, those new people coming on in. And if you're a new viewer out there and you're a first-time viewer in the stream, then please come on in, say hello in the chat, and of course, subscribe, because for the next hour, we're all going to be here as I'm going to be drawing. And yes, those new ones coming in, this is supposed to be another version of April O'Neil in her Ninja Turtles schoolgirl outfit. So, of course, I've also noticed that don't forget to like the stream as we're going along here. But now that we've got all of that out of the way, I'm also going to be showing off the piece, more of the Ultimate Warrior Christmas special that I've been promising during the streams. Yes, this pinup special that was done of the Ultimate Warrior comic book that lasted only 4 issues. And of course, I am glad to say that I am an owner of all 4 issues of Warrior. We got, of course, our first issue, then we got our second issue, and then we've got who's the third issue right here. Of course, the third man. And then the 4th and final issue that was done without color. And since Vicky's here in the stream, we've also, of course, got her, the pet cow she named, little Millie, right here. Our little pet cow Millie in the stream. And we've got here our MTV astronaut, a little astronaut figurine that's got the flag, like the MTV logo. Dump, bottom. What are we going to call this little boy here? We're going to call this, let's just call him Neil. We've got our friend Neil here. Our friend Neil going on the moon. And here, yes, much sharper, more detailed kind of artwork here with Warrior issue 4 than what you see with the crazy Rob Liefeld physique on display here with Warrior number 3. And here, mirror image in the way of the Warrior. And of course, my warrior in the stream, Vicky, is glad to see that the cow, the warrior cow, upon which she anointed a name, has continued to appear. Here, Millie is going to join us in the way of the warrior for Christmas. This issue was in July. Issue 3 does not appoint itself with a month. But issue 4 does not appoint one either. But issue 1 was me! The way of the warrior, him screaming, him with the warrior faceplate in his eyes, the warrior faceplate upon which I have right here, the Ultimate Warrior sunglasses upon which my warrior Nick was so kind enough to send me from the Amazon wishlist I possess, and on both of the frames of these sunglasses, they possess the moniker of the warrior. And with that, I will wear these upon my battle with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania at the Sky Dome as we engage in the combat that he has anointed as the ultimate challenge. But there is more of the Warrior Christmas special we have yet to show. We have previously showed you here with Joe Quesada, future editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, drawing the warrior bursting out of the chimney. I have shown you the Grinch getting choked out by the Ultimate Warrior. But what else are we going to do? What else are we going to show? We are going to show here. We've already shown this of the warrior coming down to the chimney with the warrior comic book right there, with the teddy bear, with the rope, with his tassels, with his beard falling off. But that is merely not enough for the warriors. Here we have one of this one of the warrior attacking some people attempting to steal donations to a warrior orphan's home. Yes, trying to rob the warrior's Toys for Tots into the minivan, and the warrior bursting away to steal back what was attempted to be stolen from him. Yes, this is the most muscular depiction of Santa Claus you will ever see, Vicky. You and Mildred and Relentless of the Feline World Order. You now see me as the warrior. The one warrior nation is here to stay against you, Relentless. And here we have a much more enjoyable image of Santa and the warrior together. Here, Santa is waving as the warrior descends upon the homeless here, seen to give them some Christmas presents in time to celebrate the way of the warrior. There, amongst their fire and amongst their tent, there he is, floating down with his bag, with his tassels, in the name of St. Nick, to give to those in need. But before that, we see the burning North Pole with the Santa holding the severed head of a reindeer, and there is the shirtless Santa chained to a wall. What is he about to do to Santa? And of course, after that, we see the final two-page spread, once again, of the warrior putting on Santa's pants with a naked, semen-covered ultimate Santa Claus laying there on the ground and knowing what it's like to enjoy a hot Cosby with the ultimate warrior. With the pudding and the and you see here the thing with the jello, with the juicy pudding, is that it reminds you that no means yes and the blue. Would anyone out there want me to read anything else out of the Warrior comic book issues? Yes, Vicky, her shocked and horror emoji. She's been here for this stream, so I will once again linger on this one. To quote the one and only Brian Zane, what is that monster doing to Santa Claus? Oh my god, what's the milky white stuff all over the warriors, all over Santa's chest? The ultimate warrior just raped Santa Claus, to quote Spoonie. Oh god, the warrior just raped Santa. Nobody raped Santa on our watch. Let's get him! Yes. And now, let's see what else we got to have in here. Trying to see some more stuff. I think now that means we're going to be putting the warrior first side. And of course, in all of this, of having the ultimate warrior in his depiction of his non-consensual manly love with Santa Claus, I got a response from the third lady of the Feline World Order right here, who says, "You will, Luke, never change. You can feel it, dude. You can feel it, Vicky. I look to my warriors from the heavens of the gods above. From the warriors past, I showed a piece of Warrior Issue 1. Now I will show a bit of Warrior 2. And Christopher is wanting Nick to stop the boredom. Did you get a delivery today, Luke? Yes, Relentless. I did get a delivery from FedEx. I don't know what's in the box, but yes, tomorrow night will be a special 2-hour episode of Art Uncensored, where I will be doing a live unboxing of all those presents that have been sent to me, either from my Amazon wish list from all of you out there, or things that were not on the list that are coming just because. And what they are, I don't know. But here we've got the back of issue 2 is Warrior merchandise. We've got an Ultimate Warrior workout motivation exercise video up here. I don't even own a VCR, but I want a copy of that Warrior workout #1 tape. We've got Warrior pinups, of course, posters. Besides that, we have Warrior satin jackets and t-shirts and hats, as well as Warrior University t-shirts, hats, and watches, and Warrior gym stuff. We've got Ultimate Warrior gym bags, Ultimate Warrior sweatshirts, Ultimate Warrior staff shirts, Ultimate Warrior hats. An Ultimate Warrior gym bag sounds like it would be amazing. Yes, that's what she said, says Relentless. Besides all that, we have this is a reprint of the inside cover on page 1 of Warrior issue 1 of him explaining the concept of distrucity. Distrucity is the truce between one's destiny and one's reality.
In its design, this city represents a constellation existing in the heavens which symbolize the 8 disciplines by which warriors choose to live their lives.
That's the first line, but he goes on for about an 8-paragraph essay right here. Words just bouncing around, colliding, making up these nonsense phrases in the warrior's head. Here's another one. Here's a...
The meaning of the story I wish to tell upon the pages of Warrior can be captured in one word: belief! Some 24 years ago, around the age of 12, belief became the most important factor in my life. The most important factor in my encounter with the powers of belief, a consciousness of belief, happened through the power of fantasy, make-believe, a friend, if you will. And the back one here. For there is one piece of my past I refuse to see shattered. Your presence is requested. And there's the warrior with his tassels, crouched, ready to fight. And of course, everybody drink because the feline world order is nasty.
The feline world order. The following announcement has been paid for by the feline world order. Love you, Mildred. Never change. It's time to get nasty. And of course, we have a naked green baby right there, followed with warrior scowling, followed with bam, big fist going through, followed with shattered images of the mirror everywhere.
The puzzles of one's life, holding on to damaged pieces, marks for one's goods. This city dictates we discard all the pieces, unwilling to become cohesive with the fulfilling of our destiny. Let go of the memories already judged by the system. What is done is done. What is. What will come has not yet. But enough with all of that. Enough. We have a toast to the feline world order. But now I must continue with actually drawing what I said I would. The one and only, the beautiful buxom Bettie Page, the goddess of the pinup. Time to render her figure right here.
And of course, starting with the head. Oh, yes. Gorgeous. They call her the queen of the pinup. I also call her the epitome of the Southern Belle. She was gorgeous, she was whimsical, and also extremely naughty, but she liked it. She was a nice naughty girl. Remember that, kids. Bettie Page wasn't a naughty girl for posing naked. She was a nice girl who just liked showing off her body. Nice girls like to show off their bodies too. But of course, my feline world order knows this already very clearly. And now that I'm thinking about it, when I get my YouTube subscriber count up to 10,000 subscribers, I'm now actually going to, one of the pieces of merchandising I will include feline world order merchandising. The FWO hats, the FWO gym bags, the FWO mugs, FWO ball caps. It'll all be there. How was she that skinny? Corsets, magic comic sexiness, natural talent? Well, actually, the bone structure of if you look at Bettie Page's actual body, and I do actually have a black and white hardcover of Bettie Page photography of her photography work, her as a model, not her as a photographer. And yes, she did have that kind of curvaceous. She did naturally have that kind of hourglass figure. That wasn't corsets. That wasn't that waist training thing, which does nothing but cause eternal damage to your body. The horribly, damaging, shoving in and pressing in on the organs like that little Miss Kim Kardashian know nothing is trying to convince you to do. Don't, you'll be sorry. That's all they have to say to corset training. Oh no, waist training with the corset, yeah. Remember, and I also would highly recommend the film. There's actually documentaries about him. One of hers called Betty Bears All, and of course there's the film The Notorious Bettie Page. I would recommend watching the Notorious Bettie Page and Betty Bears All as a double feature. You can find Betty Bears All and Notorious Bettie Page on Amazon. So if you've got an Amazon Prime account, I think you can watch them, on your own, just because you can watch them for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. Now we're going to go in here with her. Right there. Lovely. Getting that waist going. Let's do a little bit of a thin line for the hair. A thin outline. Since we're going to be going in there. And no line is thinner than the 0.03 millimeter pen. There we go. Yes. Black and yellow, perfect colors. Now, what color scheme do you think I should do on my Feline World or on my FWO, my Feline World Order merchandise? For all my lady fans out there, the Feline World Order brand of merchandising will be available. But first, you got to help this channel to get monetized. Every little subscription and like and share counts. Remember that. There we go with a very, very thin outline. Now let's try 0.5 for her hair. And of course, we got a message from Relentless. Orlando loves you. You refer to me? Well, I got something to say out there. The city of Orlando. They're looking at me. You know why they love me? You know why they want to? You know why Orlando, the whole city of Orlando, loves me right here who's talking to you? Because I'm a genetic freak. And they see me got the biggest arms on YouTube, biggest arms in the world. They know that there's no one better out there than me. Okay? Anybody come in here and just try to challenge me in that one, whether it's that little bastard, the nature boy, Ric Flair, whether it's Hulk Hogan, whether it's Scott, whether it's even my own self, me, myself, and I, Scott Steiner. No one is better than me. I got the biggest arms in the world. I'm the genetic freak. I'm white lightning. You know why? Because I say so. And so do my freaks. They say so too. So if Diamond Dallas Page wants to get in here and get the ring, think he's going to, that little Kimberly's going to save him, I got one thing to say to you. Shut up. It's crazy down here, says Relentless. Or here's one. Or there's also Venice, California, where the debris meets the sea, or Detroit with palm trees, says Mildred. And we've got a little smiley face emoji from Vicky out there. Yes. What color palette do you think I should choose for my FWO brand of merchandising? Should I go with maybe like a... I don't think black and white will do. A black and white color scheme like the NWO merchandising. That'll be a little too similar. So what do you... Maybe, black and yellow is one. Yes. And now, of course, it's 60 degrees outside in Venice for Mildred, and of course that means her nipples are hard. Was that there was a skit on Mad TV I'll never forget of Siegfried and Roy as private detectives in Las Vegas, and they show them riding up and down on a motorcycle, and they've got Siegfried there on his motorcycle going, "Roy, my nipples are hard." Yes, it is 60 degrees in Venice, and my nipples are hard. Please, Roy. And of course, Vicky says that Santa hat looks so good on her, and I thank you. I was going for it to look good. I wouldn't have put her in the Santa hat if I didn't think it was going to look good on her. Because there's no way we can do Bettie Page without a Santa hat without making it sexy. It's got to be beautiful. It's got to be heartbreaking beautiful, like Betty was. There's a simple. There was never an unflattering picture. There was never an unflattering picture taken of her during her modeling career. She was like, it was like her whole body was, it was like she was smiling with her whole body out there. And I mean, even when she was in swimsuits or whatever, she always had her whole body out there on display. Even when she was naked, it looked like that was just how she naturally was supposed to be and wanted to be. And that was that. Hence, of course, why she did work down in Florida, where she wound up taking to getting published in those nudist magazines like Duck to Water, which of course before Playboy, that was those nudist magazines were the way that people would see naked ladies in their magazines, except they were at these nude resorts, so you'd also see like naked men and naked little kids. So yeah, a tad disturbing. A little bit of a cuties vibe off of those nudie mags, off those nudist mags. Yeah. And of course, most of them probably are gone, dead and buried. I wouldn't know, so that's something to investigate if you've got a morbid, if you have a morbid outlook on things. Like the way I would when I lived in Orlando, I actually would sometimes watch the televangelists down there because those people do fascinate me in some dark way. Or televangelists. It's like besides them, there's also the like the same. That was the same reason I used to watch Jerry Springer and all those daytime shows in the '90s religiously, from the Sally Jesse Raphael to the Ricky Lake. Of course, the big one, Jerry Springer. Jerry, and Maury Povich with the whole "you're not the father, you are the father" thing. I once saw a lady who came on there 3 times to do that test on Maury, and 3 different men were not the father. And I felt sorry for her when the third one, she was there, she was crying. But who is my baby's daddy? Yes. Ah, good Lord. And of course, Maury, that little bastard, Maury Povich. He's got these people out there, they want to know who the father of the little kid is, and he's gonna go in there with his little scrawny ass guy who could use a little bit of weightlifting and maybe a good steak to give him a little bit of meat, a little bit of muscle on his bones, like me with the biggest arms in the world. And instead, he's going to go in there. These people out there, they're desperate to know who it is that their father of their baby is. And they're going to go in there, and they're going to get humiliated on national TV by the little bastard. I'm surprised I've never taken the time out of my day to track Maury Povich down to his stadium, to his arena, and put him in a Steiner recliner. And of course, all that talk about putting him in a Steiner recliner has made my viewer out there, Christopher, feel very, very dirty. Yeah, you see that? You see David Flair? I got a little question. I got a little answer for you. You're running around wanting to know who the father of the baby is with Miss Hancock? Well, I got a little thing right here, a little DNA test of my own. And you know what? I got a little something to say to myself, but I'm going to need a mirror. You see here, Scott Steiner? You are the father. Yes. And then David Flair. Can you imagine that storyline of David Flair going around wondering who was the father of Miss Hancock's baby? And then it turns out she wasn't pregnant at all, because the storyline, of course, dead was a horrible, horrible backlash, dead weight. Like as bad as the thing of trying to reinvent Dusty Rhodes as Seven, but the little premiere vignettes they did got in them in hot water with the TV standards and practices, so they just had him show up once. He took off his hat and just talked out of character as himself and said what the stupid gimmick was, and he threw it all off and just started wrestling as himself again. And also talking about how his gold dust gimmick was stupid. Didn't David Flair die of an overdose? I don't know. That was the other son. Ric Flair had another son who died of an overdose, who wrestled in Japan. Because this morning I actually watched the ESPN 30 for 30 on Ric Flair, and they showed his son David right now. They show him when that was made, and he's got this terrible beard, and he's overweight. He looks like he looks like a Kevin Smith impersonator, David Flair now. The other son, the one who actually was like a amateur wrestling champion as a kid, who went overseas, he started drinking and black tar heroin and all that stuff. And of course, everybody drink doubles now on account of the little bit of not only on account of him, Christopher, being a PB, but also he's got his plugs in. And when he's got his plugs in, to quote Sting, it's showtime, folks. Oh, you think I'd miss this night? This is a historic night. One more dance with the Nature Boy? You think I'm going to miss this night for anything? Of course. Well, people wonder, what does the future hold for Sting? Well, the only thing for sure about Sting is nothing's for sure. It's showtime, folks. Well, lucky you. Nick's got one thing to say out there to Relentless for her being up there in Florida. Well, you're lucky, Relentless. It's 18 degrees right here in Ohio. And the temperature is dropping over here in Michigan. It started out 43 and it got down to 28 by noon. Now, God knows what else is going to happen. What else is going to be coming down? I don't know what we're going to be dealing with over here. For all we know, it's going to be gushing snow. And I might actually, for my Friday video, I might actually post a little video. I might even film it off of either my GoPro or my phone and upload it, showing the projected snow that's going to be happening during the afternoon. Yes, I'll put a little bit of a cheerful music behind it and everything. Of course, now we're going to get in here with this little body. And of course here. Because remember, when the big bad booty daddy comes to town, all the little hoochies come around. But remember, Betty's not a hoochie. She's just a nice girl who loves to get naughty on Christmas time. Yes. She's a good little Southern belle who just has a bit of an appetite for naughtiness. And don't worry, she gets punished plenty enough for it, getting tied up and gagged and hit with the riding crop. All of them, of course, wonderful acts of her repenting to Jesus. Because she's also a good girl who loves God and loves her church, besides also receiving spankings for all the bad deeds she's done. That's a very dirty girl who does very dirty kind of modeling. She is a very dirty girl, and it takes all the efforts of the other models out there to clean her, preferably with their mouths. But I would say that's just me, except we've got all kinds of pictorial and film evidence of her being that kind of naughty girl who got cleaned with other girls' mouths. So that's not just me making up a little fantasy about one of my freaks. It's me telling the truth about what one of my freaks did with herself, did with her time and her career at the height of her popularity in the 50s. Yes. There we got the little bit of a fur. Yes, she's wearing a little bit of a... She's got trim. She's got trim over her panties as well as her bra. And remember, she was a 50s girl. So she may have trim on her bikini bottom and her bra here, but she was not trimmed down there at all. Actually, it was... For my generation, it's kind of refreshing to see a lady who's got pubic hair. Yes, it grows. It's found in nature. Pubic hair is supposed to be there. It's just a little bit, For all we know, that's just a creative way that she decorated her pubic hair to look like bikini bottoms and make it look like Christmas trim. Yes, Nick's asking, this girl's from the 1950s. Yes, Bettie Page right here, the queen of the pinup of the 50s, who was also the model for the girlfriend character in the Rocketeer comic. Yes, the major difference between the Rocketeer movie and the comic book was the love interest there, the girlfriend, was drawn in the likeness of Bettie Page, and the popularity of the Rocketeer as a comic book helped revive Bettie Page's popularity in the 80s. And then when it was made as a movie, of course, they changed the character to be an actress that wasn't modeled on her likeness, so they didn't have to worry about likeness rights. But it was all that making it Disney friendly was negated by a 21-year-old Jennifer Connelly with her breasts heaving out of every outfit she wore in the film. And of course, she's got her hard... We've got Mildred got a little something to say here. I keep my floors hardwood on her redwoods. Yes, and Relentless is simply saying hardwoods. So it seems 2 out of the 3 in my in my feline world order have hardwoods, and I will not have to explain. I don't have to explain what they both mean by hardwoods. And here's a little bit more detail, a little more of an explanation. On the 4th of July, Mildred is a bald eagle. That's all I've got to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. In Vietnam, Jenny! What else we got here? Oh, that's right. Lightyear, yes. In the last couple of days, I've watched Jingle All the Way 3 times now, because that is and I saw it in the theater when it first came out. So yes, I'm well anointed in the ways of Arnold. The holiday season, the Christmas spirit. Where's your Christmas spirit? It's right here. Ah. Yes. Because this is the way we do Christmas in California. I'm here with my stogie. I've got my donkeys right here. They're right here. They're right here. Cheer for me. Cheer for me. Ah, you killed my father. You killed my people. You took my father's sword. Ah, ah. See you in hell, Batman. Yeah. Your emotions make you weak. I'll kill you next time. Ah. Stay cool, bird boy. Ha! You have 11 minutes to thaw him. So what do? Chase the villain or save the boy? Yaha! I'll kill you next time. Sing, sing! Everybody, come on, sing! Duh. And Vicky is still awake. You are awake because of the power of White Christmas. I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. Yes, sing, sing, come on, sing, louder, sing. Who else out there loved the polar bear slippers that Arnold wore as Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin when he's in his fortress by himself? Or he's got all his henchmen there and he's trying to get them to sing along to I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm Mr. Snow. I can't hear you, sing. Oh. And he's got the hench lady there who's the Will Smith's girlfriend in Independence Day, the stripper girlfriend. Just wanna Mildred suggests to Vicky to put some ice cubes on her nipples that'll help you stay awake. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how else. Oh yes. How do we do this? How do we get Batman? He is super strong, but not as strong as me. Because remember, all right, everyone, chill. 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 Oh. Or at least get up, Perky, in your cat suit. Get up, Perky, in your cat suit, says Mildred. That's when I think that's a message where I might have to go back a little bit further to see what she was referring to. But in case of that, since Christopher is our open foot fetishist here in the stream, I'm going to be showing the bare feet here of Betty. And though this version of this Betty has nothing to do with Betty, the paraplegic who likes to get caned and make rocket-powered wheelchairs in Freddy Got Fingered. Yes, the rocket-powered wheelchair. I don't know if Vicky has seen Freddy Got Fingered, but yes, Freddy Got Fingered, the film where Tom Green dates a girl who is a paraplegic that likes to get caned, and she's obsessed with giving him blowjobs, and on the side, she also is trying to develop a rocket-powered wheelchair. Yes. I remember the first TV spot for Freddy Got Fingered. It was just simply him asking you questions. Do you like cheese? Oh, you can't hurt me. Not with my cheese helmet. Do you like sausages? Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage? Wheelchair. Do you like a rocket-powered wheelchair? Do you like action? Do you like comedy? Do you like laughter? Yes. Freddy Got Fingered, rated R. We made a movie. I'm the backwards man, the backwards man. I'm backwards man, the backwards man. Freddy Got Fingered. This movie just sounds weirder and weirder. And don't forget where the title of the movie comes from. I got an art. Vicky says she's got an art tablet for Christmas. Maybe now I can learn how to do digital art. Well, then good on you, Vicky. If that's what you want to do, then do it. But don't forget, Freddy Got Fingered. There's also the where the title comes from is that in a fit of rage, Tom Green's father smashes his his half pipe he built. He built his own skateboard ramp, and Rip Torn smashes his car through it. So they go to a family therapist, and as he's talking, Tom Green eventually gets so angry he tells the therapist about his father fingering his brother Freddy. Yes, he makes him go down to the basement, and then he puts his finger down his pants. He touches my little brother. He fingers him. And in response to that, the family counselor has Freddy taken away to the Institute for Sexually Molested Children. Yes, and there's his brother Freddy, the titular brother Freddy, a grown man, is sent to the Institute for Sexually Molested Children, where we see all these kids running around chaotically. Everybody believes that the father really did finger Freddy, and all the kids are sitting there watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember when I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the first time, you see the part where the one girl gets put on the meat hook. And yes, he puts her spine first on the meat hook, and there she is screaming. That clip is the clip you see on the TV when they're watching the movie during Freddy Got Fingered. And when I saw it for the first time, I went, oh, that's where that clip came from in Freddy Got Fingered. That's the movie they were watching, because I'd never seen the movie before. Oh, and I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know it's got to be on Blu-ray now. I wish I had it. There's the film that you're about to see. Yes, the narrator, the famous narration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre was narrated by Night Court star John Larroquette. John Larroquette, in his cinematic debut, did the legendary opening narration for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And they actually hired him back to do the opening narration for the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm not joking. Look that up. Yes, the lawyer from Night Court is once again another example of an actor who made their debut in a horror film. You've got Night Court star John Larroquette as the film which you're about to see is based on the real tragedy that which befell 5 youths. Nor would they have predicted, nor would they have witnessed the mad or the macabre that they would have witnessed that day. So when you bring up Texas Chainsaw Massacre, do you mean the 03 remake or the original? That scene in Freddy Got Fingered shows the original. That clip of the girl getting put on the meat hook in Freddy Got Fingered, that's from the original Texas Chainsaw, the one that's in the National Film Registry, not the 2003 version. We've got some, now they've got no other messages coming in after that from Nick, whatever he asked the question. And no, that Mildred's making a joke about a U.S. senator who looks like John Larroquette. And no other messages are coming in. I don't know why. It's apparently they're stuck. So let's see. It's I was working on the face here, but we didn't do the mouth. So let's see if we can get a beautiful little mouth on Miss Betty right here. I was just figuring that if we went out on at least one date, then we'd have a more balanced dating to sucking ratio. Here's one. I think I looked for it and couldn't find the Blu-ray for you on Amazon, says Nick, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because I remember it was bought for me by my father, the DVD release for the film that came out for the original Texas Chainsaw that was released after the remake came out. I remember watching that, and we were actually cooking meat. We were cooking and eating meat as we were watching the film about these cannibals that harvest flesh for their barbecue. Also, we've got a awesome Vicky T, which Relentless is referring to Vicky's awesomeness in her tablet and getting the drawing tablet she's going to use in order to learn digital art. Very good on her case, yes. It's as I've mentioned before, I'm a pen and ink man. I don't do work digitally, so no. And digital art, those out there who want to learn it, go ahead. I'm a pen and ink man. That's why my major thing and the finances I'll need for the Phase 1 campaign for my comic Intrepids. Phase 1 is going to be crowdfunding a campaign to professionally print and color 12 pen and ink illustrations promoting. These will be 12 pinups that will be done as promotional posters. I'll do them and I will hire a colorist, and I'll also have them professionally printed on quality stock paper, and have them and do the fulfillment and all that stuff. And I'll have an option. They'll technically be 24 illustrations, because you can have them either colored or in pen or in line art. The line art will be a separate supply, and the illustrations for that. Here's one. In Texas Chainsaw, the Leatherface and his family are not zombies. They're just Texas cannibals. Zombie using a grill to barbecue his victims. Oh gosh. I don't know about that one, Christopher. You're going to have to look that one up yourself. And yes, it's really odd that Nick can't find Nick's saying, I find it really odd. I can't find the Blu-ray, the original on Blu-ray. Well, in Texas, I'm not sure about the standards of a beef supply over there. So maybe they won't care about the beef being harvested from human flesh. Because Dennis Hopper, he's the Lord down there. In the sequel, he's the Lord of the harvest. Bring it down, bring it down. Yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, an amazing horror comedy, and a sadly forgotten horror comedy. Yes, once again, for those who try to convince you that Jennifer's Body is some kind of underrated film or some kind of great, brilliant deconstruction, tell them to shut up and make them watch a ballsy comedy horror film like Idle Hands or Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. But it's either make it a double feature, Idle Hands and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. They must see both. If only to see the Offspring perform their cover of I Want to Be Sedated, only for the severed demon hand to peel the scalp off of the frontman from the Offspring. And I don't hate the Offspring. Of course, anybody who remembers the video game Crazy Taxi will love the Offspring, since that was most of their songs on the soundtrack to the game Crazy Taxi. Especially the main theme, the All I Want song. All I want, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, have some fun with Crazy Taxi. Yeah, 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 yeah. Day after day, all give that away, and let that be the powers that be just breathe down your neck. So grab up your rules, grab up your shotgun, and let it shout it out. Get me in the rules, and not asking for too much now, not being controlled. It's all I want. It's all I want. All I want. All I want, yeah, 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 yeah. Nick can't even find Texas Chainsaw on DVD. I bet you he could find Crazy Taxi, though, even though I don't own a Sega Dreamcast. And when I did, my dickhead brother had a security lock on it where if you wanted to play it, you had to type in a code. Jackass. There's the have Chris Jericho visit him at his doorstep and just go up to him and, all right, jackass, I want to know why you went and had to put the security lock on your Dreamcast back in the day. You were afraid that your brother was going to beat your Crazy Taxi all-time score? You afraid that he was going to be able to beat Shenmue faster than you? Is that why? Because only a jackass would ever do that. It was well, he is a dick, says Relentless. And of course, Nick agrees with me that, yeah, that sucks. Luke couldn't play video games back in the day. Yes, I loved the Dreamcast. I believed in the Dreamcast. I fell for the Dreamcast. Sonic Adventure, yes. Shenmue, yes. The House of the Dead, even though I went to the arcade in town to play House of the Dead all the time. It's like, I can still play House of the Dead like nobody's business. Except I'm pretty sure it would be completely prohibitively expensive to have an original House of the Dead arcade machine. Although that would be amazing to have one of those. But that's definitely that's the kind of thing you'd buy if you won the lottery. A House of the Dead arcade machine. Or no, better yet, a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine. An original arcade of Mortal Kombat 2. Yes. And no, Christopher, Nick is not a dick. Didn't Mildred send you a Shenmue jacket? Yes, yes. Back in the summer, Mildred sent me the leather jacket that the main character wears in the Shenmue game with the tiger on the back. Yes, I wore that throughout the summer, except now, of course, it's the kind of Michigan winter. So now I'm wearing the London fog overcoat that Relentless was kind enough to send me through my Amazon wish list. And I'm wearing, yeah, when I go out, that's what I've got. It's much more, it's a lot fancier now, isn't it, than what I usually would wear. There we go here. Get that in there. Do you get cold? Do you get cold easy to wear a jacket in the summer? Yeah. There's The House of the Dead 1 and 2. The video games are great. The House of the Dead movie, not so much. Well, of course, my favorite part, the one good part of the House of the Dead movie, of course, to me, is when the actress who played Lois Lane on Smallville stripped and skinny dipped. As you can tell by the kind of ladies I like to draw, that was my favorite scene of the movie. Yes. I'd recommend watching the House of the Dead movie only to see the future Lois Lane do a little skinny dip. But yes, I do get cold easy. I think Vicky T fell asleep. Someone get the ice bucket. Nope, Vicky T's right back. If I were to buy a really expensive thing, it would maybe be a jukebox with a nice music selection rather than an arcade machine. Although those are cool too. Do you like Resident Evil 2 or Final Fantasy 7? Love them. Loved Resident Evil 2 and 3, yes. Final Fantasy 7 and 8, those are both great. And I just and also Final Fantasy 7 was amazing because I had the PlayStation, I had the PlayStation games, but then another one was Oddworld. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. That's one where how come that doesn't get remembered? Like that was an amazing game. Yeah, along with Crash Bandicoot, the Crash Bandicoot franchise, and Gex and Wipeout, and of course the Resident Evil, the PlayStation trilogy of Resident Evil and Final Fantasy 7 and 8. I remember we had, of course, we had a PlayStation at our home, and I mentioned before my Uncle Bill, who had all the bestiality magazines in his closet. Well, they had that kind of house where they didn't really have a basement. The basement was actually like a guest room. It was like it was like own little guest loft to itself that led out into the woods, and it had its own bathroom, its own TV, its own bedroom, its own full height, its own leather couch, and they had a big screen with their own PlayStation. So of course we had duplicate copies of the Crash Bandicoot games there, as well as at our own home, as along with the Crash Team Racing and Wipeout and Tekken. Yes, because yes, we had Tekken, we had Street Fighter, we had the Mortal Kombat trilogy. You did her hair really well. Thank you, Mildred. And then, thank you, Nick. It was Nick. And everyone's doing doubles according to Mildred. And yes, yes, of course, brought it up. Uncle Bill was the animal lover. Did you play Parasite Eve? I wanted to. I saw the ads, but for whatever reason, I never got it. I thought Parasite Eve looked amazing, and it's from the same director of Final Fantasy VII. And I know there was a sequel to Parasite Eve, but yeah, of all the PlayStation games I had, I never had Parasite Eve was one that I never even like saw anybody that knew it and played it. That was a big disappointment for me. And of course, let's not forget Earthworm Jim. Yes, Earthworm Jim. Yes, yes. Wonderful. The cartoon, the comic book, the video game. Yes. Flawless victory. Because of course I am, and I hear that there's supposed to be a Mortal Kombat movie coming out that's part of the slate of films that Warner Brothers is doing the thing where they're going to HBO Max and to theaters simultaneously. And I heard on and off there was supposed to be a reboot coming up, but that one I'm not so sure about. Well, I see it's getting to be that time of the hour, so yeah, but I think that's why the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64, that generation of game consoles, was the last time. Once it went to PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo GameCube and the Xbox, I gave up on video games after that. I was that attached to the N64 and the PlayStation and the generation of consoles before then. Yes, I'm a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis guy. I'm a PlayStation Nintendo 64 guy, and the NES. Well, with that, we have ourselves here a finished piece. Yes, next year, a Mortal Kombat movie on HBO Max. I'll be looking forward to that one. We have ourselves a finished Bettie Page right here. Tell me what you think. And if you like this and you want to put it up on your shelf, if you'd like to buy it, all you got to do is follow the link in the description below to my Square store. And if you live in the US, donate $30. If you live outside the US, then donate $50 and I'll mail this out to you to have up on your shelf or to give as a gift. You can also commission me for illustrations with there are $25 pen and ink illustrations for sale in my Square store. They are 11 by 17 inches, and there's 4 categories of them there. You can commission me for an illustration. Commissions are $50 a piece plus shipping. And they are the last item in my 4 categories of pen and ink illustrations. I've got sketchbooks available for sale. There's only one sketchbook left in the store. It is $25 plus shipping and handling. I've got categories of pen and ink of color drawings for sale. They are $20 a piece plus shipping and handling. And they look like this one I did of Betty in color. Go to my store and donate $30 American or abroad, and I'll mail this out to you. Donate $60 and you'll get both this and this together. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you haven't already, and you can always help me out with a purchase from my Amazon wish list. It'll be a very, very last minute Christmas shopping to for yours truly. Thank you all. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, I will be doing my special 2-hour live stream where I will be unboxing all of my Christmas presents as well as drawing Swamp Thing with a Christmas tree. See you all tomorrow. Thank you. And as always, see you, Space Cowboy.